Hi, guys. I'm Rohan. I'm your senior class president, but hopefully you know that by now. To the class of 2025, congratulations. To the family and friends who have joined us, thank you for coming. And a special shout out to my family for supporting me and making me the person I am today. So thank you. On my second day at Columbia, unable to gather inside because of COVID restrictions, like many of you, I headed to Low Steps to party. There, a friend showed me something incredible. From the top of Low Steps, a wide ledge extended around the entirety of Low Library. If you shuffled awkwardly, kind of going sideways, halfway around the building, you would reach a temporary scaffolding. And from there, you could climb to the roof of Low. Dean Surratt does not like this story. And on the roof of Low, you could snatch a moment of calm from the absolutely devastating NSOP nerves. From that roof, I could see the entirety of our freshman class dancing on the steps, making new connections, and gagging on the taste of their first beer. Up on that roof, my friend and I chatted about our first 2 days at Columbia, about all the clubs we wanted to join, the city blocks we wanted to explore, and the books we wanted to read. Up there, it felt like we were on the precipice of some great unknown. When I returned to Low Steps, I grabbed the first 2 people I saw and said, "I gotta show you something sick." Those 2 people snowballed into 4 and then 8, and the next thing I knew, 20 of us were shimmying around this very narrow ledge of Low Library. Probably around a minute in, a flashlight shone onto my face. "What are you guys doing?" a public safety officer shouted. Shit. It was only my second day of school, and I had already gotten into trouble. Most folks managed to get away, but 3 of us were hauled into the public safety office, and the officer took down our unis. When I asked what they were collecting our information for, the officer said, "We like to keep track of the people we help." Now, of course, when I climbed onto that roof, I didn't know the grim fate that would await me in that public safety office. In fact, I didn't know anything about what the next 4 years would hold and the challenges we would face. But I didn't need to. Through getting caught trying to climb low, I made 2 of my best friends. When another friend encouraged me to audition for an improv comedy team, something I had never done before, I discovered a love for performance. Even when I watched 3 university presidents leave Columbia, I learned the value of good leadership. Like all of you, the experiences here have shaped me into a tremendously different person than I was 4 years ago. This isn't to say our time at Columbia has been a journey of continual growth and smooth sailing. Far from it. My junior fall, I enrolled in a class called Political Economy taught by Professor Alessandra Casella. I didn't know it then, but it would be the hardest class I would ever take. In her defense, Professor Casella warned us about the difficulty on day 1. She said, "I like to compare this class to the US Open tennis tournament. Showing up to a lecture will be like watching the most amazing tennis of your life. Solving the homework will be like trying to play tennis yourself." I didn't understand what she meant by this, but soon I was forced to make friends with the students who sat near me. Every week we spent hours in Butler trying to make sense of the homework, working out complex algebra and something called the Vickery-Clark-Groves mechanism. It was the hardest class of my life, and I would take it again if I could. Thanks to Professor Casella for putting us through the absolute ringer every Sunday on those P-sets, pushing our thinking in class in incredible lectures, and for making us so comfortable with so frequently not doing well. I learned so much in that class. And along the way, I made two incredible friends. I know we've all had a Professor Casella, a faculty member who has challenged us and consequently made us learn and grow more. Or a professor who has gone out of their way to help us succeed in or out of the classroom, mentor us on a project, or simply give us life advice. Faculty here have shaped us into the people we are today. Other moments on our campus have been challenging in slightly different ways. When we were locked out of campus for a week after the NYPD raid last spring, our community, which had began only under COVID restrictions, had seemingly been destroyed. Combined with media outlets spinning distorted narratives about our campus, being a student here, being a student here became political and incredibly challenging. But we didn't fold. Columbia Spectator and WKCR student journalists stood up to clear the noise. It was students that delivered real-time reporting with factual narratives. CCSC members gave out food to students in Shapiro Hall when you literally couldn't access any dining hall. Student senators fought for the administration to listen to student voices and include them in shared governance. And most critically, we all checked in on our friends more and opened our apartments and suites to build all forms of community. The resilience that we as students exhibited when our own leaders failed us was truly inspiring. And it gives me so much hope that we are ready to take on the world. Our time here wasn't simple. If it were, we'd all be Cornell students. So thank God we learned here and had our ideas challenged here. Thank God we grew here. 40 days ago, I went back to Low Steps to participate in one of Columbia's most fabled traditions, 40s on 40. If you know what it is, you know what it is. Parents, ask your kids later. There, once again, I saw our entire class on the steps. I saw old friends, and we chatted about everything we had done in the last 4 years, the clubs we had led, the city blocks we had explored, the books we read or more often skimmed. We had all changed so much since that first party on the steps 4 years ago. No one was gagging on their beer now. The stuff I saw that night, guys. Some of you are animals. On those steps, I saw how much we had all learned. I, for one, did not try to climb to the roof of Low. I knew at this point, public safety would probably shoot me for that. But most importantly, I didn't want to be up on that roof looking at our campus from afar and the skyline in the distance. I wanted to be with you all. So instead, I had the most amazing time on the steps talking with the Columbia College class of 2025. Thank you all so much for an incredible 4 years, and 4 years I will always cherish.